Today's story comes from Roy. Roy remains capable of accessing the multiple interconnected regions of his brain that store his memory of falling in love as an adult. The times he fell in love as a teenager, largely irrelevant here. Roy met Karen in a bar in Huddersfield. He had just graduated university, his head full of dreams and aspirations for his life. Karen was out celebrating her sales figures. She was out with a very salesy crowd. Roy says in his letter, the moment he saw Karen, he knew he was going to spend the rest of his life with her. Unfortunately, he was to have just 11 years. Roy describes Karen as having a bum that could cause a car accident, eyes that could destabilise a planet, and a voice that could silence a beer hall. He downed some alcohol, walked across the bar, and said hello to Karen. The next day, they bought a house together in Leicester. They became inseparable. Roy taking on all of Karen's interests and enthusiasms, generously giving up all of his own dreams and ambitions to go and work in a call centre at a bank. A job he found unfulfilling, but enough to fund her lifestyle while Karen pursued her true calling. Drinking wine and following her favourite band, Take That, around the country. As Karen says in her letter, Gary, Robbie, Howard, Jason and Mark were her life, made her feel happy, going on to include 21 pages of her own self-penned erotica, which I enjoyed reading but which is probably superfluous to this broadcast. Exhausted from her many attempts to meet the band, Karen realised that Roy would have to step in. Roy was in love and only too happy to oblige, dressing up as each individual member of Take That in turn and giving Karen the sexual performance she craved. It's easy to lose your way in life, even for disc jockeys, and in retrospect, Roy says in his letter, this was the moment he lost his. Everything coming to a head one evening. Roy had performed 4 times already, each performance requiring a costume change, dance routine, separate personality, and Karen was demanding a final encounter. Roy began arguing. Since Robbie Williams had left the band in 1995, he should not be part of proceedings. Roy says in his letter, the thing he will never forget is a look of thunder on Karen's face. Roy acquiesced, shaving his head and putting on the small black lycra catsuit and Kiss-style makeup before dancing in a flamboyant and energetic style and singing, "Let me entertain you." But as he looked down at Karen, he knew inside, someday this would all be someone else's dream. The end finally came on Christmas morning. Roy came downstairs to find the walls stripped of the Take That posters that Karen had plastered over them. The Christmas card that Roy had to pretend each year had been sent by the band, unopened. Karen informed Roy she was leaving him and their marriage was over. Roy was left reeling, face down, clawing at the carpet, dragging his body across the living room to grab the Take That Greatest Hits CD Karen had cruelly left there. He managed to get it outside with a huge effort and set fire to it. As Karen concludes in her letter, I don't think it's heartless to have left Roy on Christmas morning. People act this way in television soaps all the time, and it's not a crime to fall in love with a tattooed 32-year-old electrician and move to Wolverhampton. I'm the real victim here. Time heals all wounds, and Roy's now had enough time to heal his. He says in his letter, his only regret is ever meeting Karen at all. He vows to choose better next time, and says he will find love again. For now, Roy is content in his 2-bedroom escape pod in a pleasantly middle-class area, and he continues to enjoy watching his favourite Bond film, Moonraker, every day.